All right, hello everyone. So today is the 29th Tuesday. This was Monday. This is gold. Now remember, with gold, I said if the market does come back down, we should have breakouts happening. And that's like kind of happened over here, as you can see, right? So those hours at the lows. Yesterday, also the daily pivot was around here. If you recall, the market came down towards the daily pivot, and then it just picked up here and then went up. Okay, so these zones, the lunchtime zones, I said 12:45, and also this 2 o'clock period was what we needed to watch. If you look at yesterday's video and the hours, you would have noted. Okay, then we've got this another Astro hour market retests the low and goes all the way up into the target, comes down, goes back up into the Astro hours and stabilizes. Now today what we're going to do, let's take a look at daily. Now remember we said we've got room to come up here. Okay, so the market will want to go up. This is a good 5 wave down. I still say we got room to fill out here. Okay, so the market should still dip down. So going up is not a bad idea. And I did say yesterday, listen, guys, we're probably going to break out because we've got breakout aspects happening. The market broke out, comes back, goes back up again. So on the weekly as well, going back up now into this zone is what we talked about yesterday, 1939, and that 53 is 1948. And in fact, we said we've got those levels up there. Okay, 1948 there. Okay, so what to do today? Well, the goodbye kiss for today level is 54, 1921. Okay, 1921 was, as you know, a target from last week. We still had that yesterday as well as a target, and I said we'd probably break out, and if we do, we'll come up here into the highs there. Why? Because we had this zone, this pinky coming in all the way from there. Okay, so let's get back into there. All right, so with gold, we still actually may have some room to go. Now, this month is a pivotal month. Okay, astrologically, we got a lot of stuff happening. All right, and we got a lot of stuff happening. We're going to have to be, sharp, and we want to get in. Okay, we want to be trading because we're going to get some really nice swings, and we're going to catch the major turns in the market this month. So September, that is when I say this month. We're still in August, but I'm talking about September. So if the market does come back down into Astrals, we can go up. This looks like a not bad place for where the juice is about to run out, but this 1055 is tricky. Until we get to 1055, the market can also have a surprise move. Now this surprise move can bring us down here, okay, back into the daily pivot zone here, and then a better time to wait for a swing may be this zone here, at lunchtime, so that 1:45 to 2 o'clock. Okay, so this is like the time, because it seems like if we start here, okay, and we come down here, we might dip further down because this is going to be crucial. The market should lead into this place, and it should be pushy. Okay, so it's either going to be there or going to break out, but it looks like more to the downside because it's a resistance. So if we come downwards and then come to a support level around here, we can buy. Alternatively, if it goes up, okay, and then comes back down into this zone, let's say the market broke out and came back down into this mode, this will be your buy zone to go up as well. All right, so that's how you can play it around. What you have to do is look out for the zones, which is this daily pivot again, the daily and the opening. If we come back down here to an Astro hour going back up, is not a bad idea to follow it even further. Don't stand in front of this trying to sell it so much. We should hit higher. This level here's LCL1, which is 1949. So heading off towards that 1950 zone is very logical. Okay, so it's logical. So we should hit that 1939, 1950 zone, and then think about selling then. Okay, and that's that. Now then, let's take a look at SP500. With the SP500, yesterday I said we're in the middle of nowhere, okay, in between levels. However, though, Let's take a look at the Astro hours. As you can see, this is the daily pivot. So these are the Astro hours yesterday. With indices, the afternoons are better, just before my afternoons, that is, when New York is pre-opening. As you can see, this is the Astro hour here, the Astro hour. From the weekly pivot, it just breaks out. Remember, like I said, we talked about a breakout happening. So the market, as you can see, broke out, went to an Astro hour there, as you can see, came down into an Astro hour and went back up again. So you had the opportunity to actually go up into here, sell, buy, and that's it, and we're back in action here. All right, so what to do? With the daily, I still say we've got a bit more room to go up. Let's put that on the cards. 4467. So now we've got 4467 there. All right, so this is still a target, not a bad target. And on the weekly, as you can see, we can still retrace a little bit. If you're using your ATAM, guys, you can always do this. It works really well. Just slap your PST on there. All right, see how it works nicely, nice and easy. As you can see, this is not price, okay? It's a time, space, and motion indicator. But if you think about it, you see how they complement each other even here. All right, see how the spikes meet up, okay, and that's great. Like here, the price is higher, okay, with respect to this and this, okay, but you see how this is working nicely. So this has got room to be going up a little bit more. We should head up into that. So, and then we'll think about selling again. Definitely in September, we're going to be so interested in selling, okay. So if we get back up into this zone, we sell again, this is gonna be really good. All right, it'll just bring the market all the way back down. We'll see how things pan out. So on the weekly, those targets are a bit too far out, but again, if the market comes down, we can go up. A nice place would be 4160 to go long, which is 4378, and that's a bit down there, right? 4378 is really down there, okay? But just keep this level in mind only for today, okay? Only for today. Why? Because on the daily, if the market was down here, you know, that would have been like really, you know, possible for the market to do, and then we could just go along with it. It's a bit far out, but let's keep it in mind. There's room to go up, so if you want to follow the up move, let the market come down and then go up. Okay, you can go long here in this zone from daily to here, stop loss just under there. If it's down here on the daily at an Astro hour and you want to go long, I think it's doable. You don't have to put the stop loss then here, because if the Astro hour is correct and it's around here, just down here should be okay to cover that trade, and then you can follow it up and manage the trade on the opening, and then if it goes higher, great. Okay. Euro dollar. This is the euro dollar yesterday, as you can see. Let's take a look at it daily. Now remember, with the euro dollar, I said we should be buying at this end, right? And I said we've got targets here, 35, 38. So if you followed those through, you should have been okay, basically. All right, and that's no big deal. So in the euro dollar, market retraced. If you bought at the Astro hours, then you should have been okay, because we were expecting to go up. As you can see, the market really got into that zone there, as you can see, and that was a target yesterday. This was a target, I think. If you take a look at the daily, the market may still go up a little bit more. It still has a bit more room into that 1.0880 zone, 65 zone, so it's still doable. However, though, until we get to that 85, 60, oops, let's keep this here, 85, this is going to be what, 60 there. So we still have a bit more room to go, as you can see. Now this is a place where they sold off, so no buying around here. What can you do with the euro dollar? Because we're at a sensitive spot here, okay, the market will probably want to go up a little bit before selling off again. We'd like to be okay with that. So if it comes down, maybe you can follow it towards that 1.08, 65 and 80. Okay, on the weekly, as you can see, we've got a nice breakout here as well. That's 52. That's even higher. That's going to be 1.0940, 0950 zone. All right, there. And then you got the 55, which is the 1.10 zone. All right, but this is natural. This trend line should also break. We should come into this zone here. Oops, into this zone here. So look out for this 1.0850 zone as well, because that's going to be interesting as well. All right, because it's a resistance on the price. However, though, because this has got tendency to break out, we'll probably go a bit higher. So be a bit patient here. If you want to buy on a daily intraday retracement, you can. So if the market comes down back to the daily, back to the opening, back into this zone here, and it's an Astro hour, you can go long. Yesterday I said this level was also a place to go long. Let's see what's on the daily. This is too far out, 28. Yeah, it's going to be too far out. So if it comes back into, let's say, 35, 1.0823, 1.0823, which is around there, as you can see. Okay, so if we get back into the opening, the daily, then going back up again is also an option. All right, but just be mindful for this 1055 until 1055, that is. But the main thing, a good place to trade, I suspect, is going to be around that 1:45 to 2 p.m. All right, so it's going to be around, yeah, 1:45 to 2 p.m. there. So keep an eye out for this zone. If the market comes down to this zone, this hour is okay. This is also an Astro hour, so selling at these hours. This was an Astro hour, 10 past 7. So selling here, and then we should have some sudden pushy moves until 11 o'clock is normal. Right, so if you've learned financial astrology from me, you can follow that through. All right, so that's 11. And then a turnaround we should be expecting around this hour. Okay, so let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. All right, so here's Dow Jones. Let's see where we're at. Now remember, we had this target yesterday, so it's good to see the market coming down, and we had that 12 o'clock zone, remember yesterday, 12:45 there, and then we had, what else did we have yesterday? I think, let's take a look, 12:30 to 1 o'clock. All right, so this is your 1 o'clock there. Market comes down right into the opening, and then we had 250, and remember we were looking for breakouts. That's your 245 breaking out into there, going into what? Going into, what did I say? We should have a flow. That's 5 o'clock. So we had 425. This is your, whoops, this is your 430 there. Wow, look at that 425 there. Big shoot up. Okay, and then we had again 625. That's your 625 bar down here pushing up. That is 815. Okay, that's your 815 there, 830, and then this is your 915. We didn't have anything at 915, but we did say the market should go up to a target until closing. All right, so there you go. But this is okay, because once you had the breakout here, technically you would have been okay to go long here. You see how it filled the gap, and it was where the goodbye kiss happened. It filled the gap and the market just rallied up, and that's fine. Okay, so this month is going to be a pivotal month, like I said. Let's see what's going to happen here. Beautiful breakout right on there. You see now we've got room to push up into that zone. Remember, we drew this line before, so this is where our good buy kiss is going to happen. You can in fact do this too. So we might have the market pushing all the way into this zone here, which is fine. All right, so I want to keep this open. There are no gaps here, but the market coming into this zone to sell off again is logical. All right, we'll just keep our eyes open for this zone there. Okay, that's that. We'll include the wick as well. All right, so now if we come back into this 34,431 or 34,330. 34,330 is there. 341 is there. So if the market does come back down, we've got room to go up further. We should come back down later. Okay, we should. But as you can see, Monday was just like nice. Okay. Now remember, I said Monday is also a swing day, right? And the market came to the target, and selling from here and here was okay. The market sold off. If we go back up again, where can we sell off? Well, we still have targets at 56.34,963, and on the weekly that good buy kiss is 56, which is 34,932. Right, so we still got room to go up. Okay, if the market does come back down into a good spot, which will be as an astro hour, you see here you can't really tell the levels. The market can come back down into the daily pivot slightly lower, but the important thing is to wait for that hour to happen at 1:45 to 2 o'clock. All right, so that's that zone. The market should be a little pushy. We're right on here an astro hour, which is right, whoops, which is right there. And what's coming afterwards, towards 11 o'clock, it could be up or down. Okay, because the tricky aspect with a bunch of unpredictable guys there. Okay, which is going to be at 11 o'clock. So until 11 o'clock, that should kind of fade away, and then we should look for a swing afterwards. If the market does break out, surely we're going to be pushing up to that level. Or if it breaks down, we should be coming down into this level. Okay, that's how it is. The reason this level is not such a good level, it can work or not, it's not really a change level. It's a spot where the market's effort is kind of like ending. Okay, and what's coming after this could like really push and break, or push and break, go back down as well. Okay, so this is why it's a bit tricky here. So best to wait. Same thing for Nasdaq as with all indices. Okay, so that's how it is. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. Again, like I said, going up to resell is not a bad idea. The lows are not where we want to be buying. You want to sell the highs. Since this is pushing up a little bit more, coming down to go up is not a bad idea. 44 is 14,874. 14,874 is down here. It's a bit far down, okay, as you can see. The market will get here sooner or later. All right, we are going to come back down into this zone, but I told you guys we've got room to go up because we've got to close this gap here, and I've marked in the levels there as well. So on the daily, you can see that 57 is going to be 15,350. 15,350 is going to be there. All right, so 15,350 is there. On the weekly, you can see that level is just far out. It's 15,722. All right, but we should be going up to sell. All right, we're going to go up and we're going to look for a good sell. If we come up to a double top and then sell off, you don't want to be missing it, and that's definitely possible in September. All right, be mindful. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, here we are, business as usual. If it goes up, sell it down. All right, so no big dramas there. However, though, remember this zone is your buy zone, so it's a bit tricky here. As you can see, it's looking like some kind of an accumulation. So we might see Bitcoin going up as well, because it should really close the gaps and then push down. All right, so going up in order to push down is looking okay. So any opportunity to go up is okay. To sell off from the highs is also okay. Remember, I gave these levels yesterday. If you take a look at your daily, this is a good level to buy, which is 22, which is 25,345 on the price. 25,345. So that could be a target zone. It's also a good buying zone. On the weekly, like I said, this is also 27,178. That could be a target if you're a buyer into the 27,178 zone. 27,178 there is also okay. If it doesn't go that high, it just keep pushing down, and if it breaks below this, you see this is the zone there to look out for. It's where they bought before, and that's now target again. If it comes down here, there'll be buyers coming in, but like I said, sooner or later this should break all the way down and should go lower again into this zone. So sell on the highs as it closes the gaps and then push down is the safer way to go. If you like trading in the sideways zone, that's also fine. Just do it at the edges at Astro hours. And if you're not on the edges, like selling the highs and buying the lows, and if you're in the middle of nowhere, then in the middle of nowhere, where you should be trading is going to be on these pivot lines here, or the opening. So that's the open, daily, weekly, at an Astro hour going up, for example, from a place. Then your stop loss is going to be tight, because if you are wrong, then your loss is not big and you're not stuck without a direction here.